Those of you who have liked us on our Facebook page have seen the blue banner at the top of the page that says Salesian High School celebrating 100 years of Catholic education. On October 3rd of this year, 2020, we will celebrate the 100th anniversary of Salesian High School. On that day, 100 years ago, October 3rd, 1920, the cornerstone for the first building was laid. At that time, the superiors here at what was called St. Joseph House of Studies decided that they would transform the seminary, which started here, and included it a school for boys, a boarding school, elementary and high school grades. And that was the beginning of the modern Salesian High School. For 100 years, we have been educating New York. Young men from the Bronx and Manhattan, in the boarding school days from Queens and Brooklyn, and from other parts of the area as well. Today, we still educate young men from the Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, and one outlier from Brooklyn, including young men from Westchester and from a couple of other places. Earlier, there were some students who came from Nassau County. And in my time here, this time, we had a boy who came from Suffolk every day. 100 years of educating New York, helping young men who have come here to become good citizens and good Christians and upright citizens. A phrase coined by Don Bosco 150 years ago. We know that education is important. We know that Catholic education is particularly important because in a Catholic school, we're able to teach the foundation of the faith, of value and values, of service to others, and love for God, while at the same time helping our young men develop an academic education and prepare them for college and life beyond high school. And in the Salesian Catholic School, it is more special still, as we take the teachings and spirit of Don Bosco with his boys and bring those to young men in the 21st century. A sense of community and family, a love for God, service to our neighbors, devotion to the Blessed Mother. That Salesian High School, in Don Bosco's words, becomes a home, a school, a parish, and a playground. As I was preparing these words this morning, I saw a comment from a parent of an alumnus who graduated in 1999, a fine young man. And his mother wrote on our Facebook page, "We were blessed to join the Salesian family. The best decision for our son ever." Thanks, Mother, for that comment. And as I read that comment, and I was here when he was a student, I thought about other young men who have come to Salesian, and I've either had in class or been here as the director or the president. And I think about some of these young men. Kevin Del Valle, who was a student and later a coach. John Rapisardi, a student who became a lawyer and a very highly regarded professional, and the chair of our board. Timmy Ryan, who suffered from or lives with Down syndrome, who came here and was a remarkable success in the 90s. Frank Maselli, who was sort of like the mayor of New Rochelle today, involved in many activities to build up the community. Artie Schoner, whom I taught when I first came here more than 40 years ago, and still teaches here, and teaches very, very well. and is sought after by many young men. Judge Dan Angelillo, who served in the state Supreme Court and now is a judge in the town of Harrison. Devin Chisholm, who graduated in 1998, who's currently our principal. Tariq Hyman, who was in the first four-year class I had here in the 90s, who spent his life in Catholic education and now the principal of one of our feeder schools in the Bronx. John Rubo, entrepreneur, restaurant owner, city councilman in Yonkers. Danny Pisanello, who went to Notre Dame on a dare and is now a successful architect in Pittsburgh. The at least 7 members of the New York Police Department who have graduated from here and are now today on the front lines helping to keep New York safe. All these men are making a difference in society. Many of these men have become husbands and fathers, creating the fabric of society and church for the century or the rest of the century to come. In the midst of this pandemic and its resulting loss of life and the loss of employment, Salesian High School is inaugurating a fund called We Are Salesian to assist those who want a Salesian Catholic education but may be impeded by financial difficulties. Before this is announced, and this is the official announcement and it will begin tomorrow, a generous alum who has supported us in the past and continues to do so has offered us a grant or a gift of $50,000 to highlight and to begin this program, to help young people and their families who in the ensuing months may have difficulty with their tuitions because of loss of jobs or underemployment. I ask you if you are able or have the desire to assist today's Salesian students with the same opportunities to continue their Salesian Catholic education with us at Salesian High School as we come to begin our centennial celebration. We ask you to pray for our young men and for their families at this difficult time. We thank you for your consideration. We thank you for your generosity. God bless you and happy Easter. And remember that you are in the daily prayers of the Salesians at Salesian High School.